Harvey Pendergast wasn't the sort of man to let logic or physics stand in the way of a good idea. So when he looked out the window one brisk Saturday morning and saw his yard buried under a thick carpet of autumn leaves, he felt an urge, not just to rake, but to innovate. "Leaves! Mabel!" he announced dramatically from the kitchen, holding his coffee like it was a goblet of destiny. "They're mocking me!" Mabel didn't even look up from her crossword puzzle. "Just rake them, Harvey." "Oh, no," Harvey said, shaking his head with the kind of certainty that only comes from watching too many home improvement shows. "This is an opportunity to revolutionize yard work. I've got a plan." That was all Mabel needed to hear. Harvey's plans had a long and illustrious history of backfiring. There was the time he tried to install a ceiling fan and knocked out power to the whole street, or the time he'd attempted to build a treehouse and ended up accidentally inventing the world's most dangerous ladder. But Harvey's optimism was as indestructible as his favorite pair of paint-splattered jeans. "This isn't just raking," he declared. "It's leaf engineering." By mid-morning, Harvey was in the garage, rummaging through piles of old tools, fishing rods, and assorted items of questionable utility. When he finally emerged, it was with a leaf blower, an extension cord, and what appeared to be parts of a vacuum cleaner strapped to a wheelbarrow. "Behold," Harvey said proudly, "the Prendergast 5000. Mabel, who had been quietly enjoying a second cup of coffee, came to the door and squinted at the contraption. "What's it supposed to do?" "It's simple," Harvey explained, as though he were unveiling the blueprints for the Eiffel Tower. "This bad boy will blow the leaves into the wheelbarrow, which I've modified to act as a collection system. No raking, no bending, just pure efficiency." "Pure something, all right," Mabel muttered. With a flourish, Harvey fired up the leaf blower. It roared to life with the kind of sound you'd expect from a jet engine during takeoff. He directed it toward the yard, and sure enough, leaves began to skitter and swirl. But instead of heading neatly into the wheelbarrow, they shot into the air like confetti in a windstorm. "Harvey, I think you're just redistributing them," Mabel shouted over the noise. "Nonsense," Harvey yelled back, though he was squinting through a cloud of leaves that were now pelting him in the face. The situation escalated quickly. The leaf blower, which seemed to develop a mind of its own, began sucking in stray twigs and shooting them out with alarming velocity. The wheelbarrow, now overloaded with more air than leaves, tipped over, sending its contents flying. The final blow came when Harvey, in an attempt to regain control, stepped on the extension cord. The plug yanked free, and the leaf blower died a dramatic, sputtering death, leaving Harvey standing in the center of the yard, covered in leaves. From the porch, Mabel calmly folded her arms. "Efficient, huh?" Harvey sighed, brushing a leaf out of his hair. "It's a prototype," he mumbled. "Uh-huh," Mabel replied. "How about you prototype some rakes instead?"